Wednesday, April 22nd, 09:17 a.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, winning Wall Street's money. We're already halfway through the month of the first quarter. Halfway through the first month of the second quarter. One of the big scheduled events is approaching us. Next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, is the FOMC meeting. That will have an impact on the economics, the markets, price action. I'm going to look at the stock indexes and stock sectors. How are we doing since the reversal was posted on social media from the executive branch yesterday? And how are we doing year to date? The S&P 500 stock index, the cash index, they were open at 9:30. Last week, all-time high. We're in a bullish market right now. I'll be looking by the dips, key levels. The S&P 500 stock index, that is. The NASDAQ 100, same thing. All-time new high, up strong. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, if you're not aware, it has not made a new high for the year. It's part of the S&P 500. It's underperforming. This is not leadership. I'm not investing in it. The Dow Transports, all-time new high, up strong. It's part of the S&P 500, but it's the transports. It's not technology. The Dow Utilities, look, we've reversed. We're trending down. Broke the low of last week. Not leadership. And the Russell 2000, surprising. Look at that. All-time new high. It's not part of the S&P 500. Higher interest rates impact the Russell 2000 much more than the bigger cap companies. So now we're going to go into the stock sectors. There's 11 sectors in the S&P 500. Again, looking at a 5-year chart, each candle is a week. This is the S&P 500. Inside candle currently for the week. Already in the middle of the week, we haven't taken out the prior week yet. Let's again look at the sectors to see who the leadership is. You can invest in sectors. They have stock ETFs that are outperforming. And you can do better than these stock indexes I just showed you. Be looking at the 5-year chart, weekly candles. Technology. Yep, we finally took out the high of last year. That was last week we took that out. And we made a new high. So I'm going to adjust this. Yeah, that's how weak it was. It was below the highs of last year. Again, that's a stock symbol in the parentheses here. And has several companies in it that make up this index. It's smaller than the NASDAQ 100, which the NASDAQ 100 has 100 companies in it. The next one, healthcare. Yeah, here's the high for the year. And already trending down, broke the low of last week. Underperforming the S&P 500. Remember, the S&P 500 made an all-time new high. First, this one is declining. This is part of the S&P 500. It's not helping. Financials, also, yeah, it has not made an all-time high. That's the high of the year. We're still below it. So again, it's struggling. It's underperforming the S&P 500. Consumer treasury. Similar pattern. But again, we haven't broken the all-time high yet, so it's underperforming. You got it. So far, most of these sectors are underperforming the index. Communication services, underperforming the index. So the situation is here, a lot of the sectors are underperforming the index. It's not a healthy, bullish market yet, even though we're making all-time new highs on the index. The industrial, yep. And look, several of these inside candles already, still, and underperforming. Consumer staples, big difference, yeah, way below. That's struggling. Energy, it's also trending down. And inside candle for the week. Utilities, broke the low of last week, trending down. Real estate, wow, all-time new high for the year. Yeah, it's way below the highs of 2021. It's not leadership. Materials, yep, it's under the highs of the year. So all these, again, back here, the S&P 500, inside candle for the week. Last week was the all-time high. And we see the stock ETF, technology, is the strongest one, outperforming the S&P 500. So we have the majority of the stock indexes underperforming. Sorry, we have majority of stock indexes underperforming the S&P 500. It's not a healthy market on the upside, but again, bullish the stock index. So at 9:30 a.m., my watch list on the left, the sectors were open and the Magnificent Seven were open. Here on the left, this is the futures market right now. Because they trade on a different exchange, different hours, more hours than the New York cash indexes. Yep, so we have a lot of green here. A few more minutes, they were open, so I'll switch over to the cash. So that's the current situation. We are nearing the end of the month. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support.